Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Dominic Allegretti, aka Dom the Cyber Genius, and I'm coming back to you guys with another video. This week is another cyber threat intelligence report, and for this one, it's going to be on the CommonSpirit Health ransomware attack. Now, let's get started. Let's get it. Yo, I'm here, everybody. Let's get it. We're about to start the new cyber threat intelligence report on the CommonSpirit Health ransomware attack. Now let's get started. Sorry about that, y'all, but let's get it started. This one is going to be on CommonSpirit. They're a really big healthcare organization or health system organization that is ran in the United States. They're actually the second biggest system in the United States. And it has been stated that threat actors could have, accessed the personnel of 623,774 patients during this ransomware attack that did take place in October. I know this one's kind of a little late, but this ransomware attack is still ongoing. They're still, trying to fix things and get, their systems back online. So I just wanted to share this with, you guys, because I believe this one took place at the beginning of the week, as in the attack happened in October, but the actual article and publishing of the ransomware attack and the details of it came out, I believe, on Monday or the beginning of the week. So besides that, the update figure was posted on December 8th on the U.S. Department of Health breach portal. So the update about the ransomware, what's going on, that was posted on the U.S. Department of Health breach portal site. And this site basically makes it to where healthcare organizations are legally required to report any data breaches that happen to their company that impact over 500 individuals. From what happened, they definitely had to do this because hundreds of thousands of patients, were affected by this ransomware attack. At the start of October, the healthcare organization did notify and give clearance to everyone that their IT systems were taken down due to the cyber attack. And that's actually a really, really big thing, because I know a lot of health tools and, thermometers and like that stuff that, keeps people's heartbeats up. Those are, all connected or technical, and they're all connected kind of to the internet. So those systems being down and not being able to get people where they need to go, not being able to, get people their supplies or, get things to people quickly, that kind of causes a halt and a disruption in the whole healthcare system. And since they're one of the biggest in the US, that can also cause for a lot of baggage or backup, if you want to put it that way. In December, CommonSpirit did publish their latest results on the incident, and they did state that the threat actors behind the attack were able to gain access to patients' data for the first time. The organization has also stated that from the ongoing investigation that they're doing right now, it was an unauthorized third-party company or unauthorized third-party threat actor, that was able to gain access to certain files, and those files included personal information. It's been pretty common, even though it's a third-party actor. If you've seen the latest cybersecurity incidents, there's been a lot of third-party this, third-party that. This obviously wasn't a third-party company. It was just a third-party, threat actor. But, third parties are not as secure as, the main company. And sometimes the main companies have important information connected to those third parties. And once those third parties get breached, it's over from there. But that was just a little side note. Anyways, from this point on, we're doing the attack tactics, techniques, and procedures. Got these all from MITRE ATT&CK, just to let you guys know that. The MITRE ATT&CK, attack framework, open source. So that's where I got it from. The first one's the biggest one. This is impact. This is kind of like, what does this damage have? Or what did the cyber attack damage do towards, the network of that, company? So it's going to be data manipulation, data destruction, encrypted for impact, and system shutdown/reboot. System shutdown/reboot comes at the part where they did say, because of the cyber attack, their IT systems were forced to be shut down. Data encrypted for impact. They didn't say anything about files being encrypted, but I just wanted to include that because in ransomware, when you think of ransomware, you think of files being stolen, files being exfiltrated, and those files then being locked in the threat actors forcing whatever organization that was affected to pay up a ransom, or they're gonna, kind of leak the data. The next one had resource development, compromised accounts, stage capabilities, and compromised infrastructure. Compromised accounts, usually when it comes to healthcare, they're trying to get sensitive information about people, personal data, maybe like their actual health problems, admin access, anything, that can really affect the stoppage of work and flow of healthcare or healthcare organization. Compromised accounts was that. Compromised infrastructure, then being able to gain access to people's personal information. That's a definite break in the CIA triad. Definitely when it comes to confidentiality and integrity, as well as availability. The IT systems being shut down goes in part with availability, integrity, the threat actors being able to edit the information even though they're not allowed to, and then confidentiality, where they're accessing information even though they're an unauthorized party. Initial access, filed accounts. These are kind of the next ones I'm getting into are like what would happen, or what I'm guessing, the actions that the attacker has, right? So this would be, them abusing the accounts, them selling these on the dark web, or these leaking the data, right? So that's when it comes into like initial access, credential access, trying to gain, credentials, things of that nature, maybe pivoting, trying to affect one system and then go to another. Persistence, being able to maintain their foothold. This is still going on since October, so persistence is pretty key here. Reconnaissance is a big one. Gather victim identity information, gather victim org and information. Wasn't too much said on what was actually stolen. There's kind of very little details on it, my bad, actually included it right here, but they were saying that the type of data that was compromised, sorry about that, was their full names, patients' full names, addresses, phone numbers, date of birth, and unique ID. Forgot to include that, I believe, in here, but I may have included it somewhere right there. But those are all pretty key information. Getting somebody's address, that's actually scary. That's, that can cause physical harm. You never know. Date of birth. Really, they got everything besides the social security number. So they can kind of pretend to be somebody, and this can lead to identity fraud. This can lead to phishing attacks where they pose as maybe the IRS, or they pose as one of these super big government facilities or companies, and get people to click on things and end up stealing all of their data. Lateral movement, wasn't too much said about how they were able to gain initial access, but most likely when it comes to ransomware attacks, this ransomware that was behind, the ransomware group was behind it, had their own developer tools, had their own ransomware strain and the code that they use to affect their systems. Privilege escalation. At the end of the day, this is kind of in all cyber attacks, what privileges you're trying to get. They're trying to exploit any vulnerabilities within the server and network to get the highest level privileges that are going to have them or give them access to the data that they stole, which is, the full names, addresses, phone numbers, things like that. Then the last one is exfiltration. So this is, and then I got exfiltration over C2 channel. In all attacks or ransomwares, you need to have something that's communicating to the affected or the targeted or affected device or network, and then to the attacker. So the attacker was able, or most likely used, the C2 channel to relay malicious commands to the network, as well as exfiltrate and steal data out of the network. Next one is affected assets and organizational impact. In October, the healthcare organization did have to take down their IT system due to the attack. The attackers were able to infiltrate their infrastructure and network. They stole personal data, like how I mentioned before, from the patients. This is full names, this is addresses, this is phone numbers, date of birth, and a unique ID that's used internally throughout the company. And who knows, that unique ID is kind of part of authentication, right? So that would be, I believe that's under something that they have, right? So like a token or ID. So who knows, like they could get somebody's full name, they have somebody's phone number, and they have somebody's date of birth. They can maybe pretend to be them going into work and do an on-site pen test. There's so much crazy things that can come from just getting that type of information, as well as, identity fraud and things of that nature. CommonSpirit, just saying this one more time, they are the second largest health system in the United States. I forget who's first. Clown me if you want. I forgot, or I'm just forgetting right now. But they are the second largest health system in the United States. So any attack or disruption to its operations has a very widespread impact, and it has that much potential when it comes to that. This could cause outages in other states as well, because different states depend on CommonSpirit to actually help run things. It's like T-Mobile or one of your phone carriers. Each state is going to have that or use it. So the main T-Mobile cell tower or something is out, that's going to have widespread impact on anybody who's under T-Mobile in any state. So it's kind of translucent here when it comes to the healthcare. And also, due to the type of information that was stolen, PII, personal identifiable information, so information that can identify you, right? This could also line up, since that type of information was stolen, this can line up users who were supported by CommonSpirit to phishing attacks. As far as the mitigation and response to this is still ongoing. They're still trying to deal with this ransomware attack, but they did promise to contact all impacted individuals with notifications, but the company is yet to disclose the number of individuals affected. The company did, clarify that the insurance IDs and different medical records were not exposed in the ransomware attack. And I believe this is a quote from CommonSpirit themselves. I just wanted to quote it. They said the data was exposed on September 16th through October 3rd, 2022. At this current time, since the article has been published, this article was published, I believe, on the 8th, right? So it was published on the 8th. And what they were saying was that since the article has been published, the organization has not disclosed which ransomware group is responsible for this attack, and no ransomware group has claimed responsibility for it yet. But most likely could be somebody like a Hive ransomware, because I know they're very known for, they're very known for these type of attacks. I think CommonSpirit may be getting sued by lawmakers. I believe I have to double check that because of them not notifying them right away. That may be a different company. That may be like Rackspace, I believe. I'll have to double check that. But as far as that is the end of my report. Also, here's the another CommonSpirit update that's coming together. I can just zoom it in here. Right, it's another this is actual update. This is the latest one. They're still trying to work to mobilize things to, get things back up to normal. And here's some other important things that they said that they're doing, when it comes to helping hospitals, clinics, patients, things like that, all of the above. And they also talked about, their commitment. And they're also saying, they're assisting and supporting our team in the investigation. They're engaged, and they're using, lead cybersecurity specialists and notified law enforcement. Right. So they're just continuing to work. So that's really the end of my report. That is the end of the Cyber Threat Intelligence Report. I hope you guys liked it. I will be on a content spree the next week, and going into 2023, I'm gonna be way more consistent. I'm gonna at least try to get a video up every week, or at least once a week, whether it's a CTI report, whether that's a Try Hack Me room, whether that's just me screen recording the dang course. But I'm gonna try to be more consistent. You'll see this coming out. But hope you guys liked the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to watch next, and see you guys later. Peace.